Hello everyone, today I'm going to be watching the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater trailer that dropped yesterday, I believe. And we're going to go through and see what this game looks like and how it plays and everything. I've already watched it, so I'm going to watch it again, go over some of the details of what I like, what I might dislike, and then give my overall impressions at the end. So let's go ahead and get into the trailer.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains.
Can I just say already the character models look amazing? Like, it's one of those things when I first watched this, I almost was like, this doesn't look that much different than the original. And then I go back and look at the original and it's like, oh shit, it looks 100 times better. And that's what I think the best remasters do. It gives you, or remakes and remasters, that's the best thing that they do, is they give you that feeling of, like, it's how you remember it in your mind when you played the original.
Ensure the safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Now, I will say I initially wasn't as big of a fan of the Snake model when I first saw the first trailer, but seeing him in motion in this one just makes it look like it looks phenomenal. I don't know how else to say it. It just looks damn good.
I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy.
Now, another thing I want to point out is all they've shown off, the maps look one-to-one, and that's both a good and bad thing, because the gameplay design of the original Snake Eater was already phenomenal, but I feel like if they're not going to add any more areas, the original Snake Eater was actually pretty short, and when you're giving all these new abilities to walk around, unless they significantly increase the AI, I feel like it's going to be even shorter, because now you have a lot more control over what Snake can do in every situation.
Leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment.
And can I say, it's amazing to have David Hayter back in the series. I know this is probably just reusing the original voice lines, because I'm assuming they couldn't get everybody in the studio again, but man, it was like, that's one thing that put me off of Metal Gear Solid 5 to begin with, was having Kiefer Sutherland not as, you know, Big Boss, or what we thought was Big Boss. So just having David Hayter back and hearing that voice it's enough to almost make a grown man cry. So let's continue.
Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
I will say the CQC that they're showing off looks great. Reminds me a lot of the takedowns on Peace Walker and Phantom Pain. So, of course, they're bringing over the gameplay improvements from Phantom Pain to this one. It's, again, like I said, my main concern is if it's not really changing any of the level design and the level layouts and the guard pathing and stuff, then I'm going to feel like this is a little too short. Because I've beaten this game, the original, well, not the original, I beat the original a couple times, but Subsistence, I've beaten Subsistence probably 20, 30 times over the years. So that game always takes me 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours if I'm running through it, because I played it so many times. So I'm hoping that this one can give a little bit more gameplay instead of just the exact same as the original.
Speak.
I will say seeing the exact same camera cuts for the cutscenes is, I can't even begin to describe. Like, man, this is how you do a damn remake. Like, I love that they stuck so close to the original while improving everything about it. You have nothing that's questionable. All of it looks like a positive.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Now, I will say the mouth movements look a little weird, but if they're having to match it up to the older dialogue, that kind of makes sense because they don't have facial capture that they're doing. So that's understandable. But man, oh man, does that look amazing. Now, this is something that I haven't done a reaction to the Silent Hill 2 gameplay yet, and I want to do that soon. But after I watch this trailer, all I have to say is, like, Konami, what the fuck are you doing with Silent Hill? Why aren't they getting the Metal Gear Solid Delta treatment? And I understand that Silent Hill never sold nearly as well as Metal Gear Solid ever. You know, it never will sell as good as Metal Gear Solid. But man, like, this is 10 out of 10 already. I can already tell. Like, I haven't played it, but it looks so faithful that if it just came out, had better graphics, better controls, and was the same game as Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 3 was already a 10 out of 10 game. If that's all they do, then you're already at a 10 out of 10. Now, I hope they actually, again, add more to it. I want some new areas. I want maybe more enemy guards around patrolling. Just something to give it a little bit more longevity because the game is fairly short, but I can't even begin to describe, just like, everything about this looks damn good. And if you know me, I don't praise stuff that often. Not like this. But man, I don't know how you could look at this and be, like, disappointed. It's it's everything you could want out of a remake. It looks good. It looks like it plays good. Original voice cast is back. If you know it, admittedly, it's the original recordings, I'm assuming, but I just can't find any fault in it. Like, this is probably my most anticipated game now. Like, whenever this is coming out, I'm assuming it's coming out next year, but, like, I haven't been excited for a Metal Gear game in forever. Like, I was marginally excited for 5, even though I didn't care for Peace Walker as much, and I still feel a little let down by 5, but this, like, this has me on board 100%. And I bought Metal Gear Solid 3 so many times. I bought the original Snake Eater. I bought the Subsistence. I bought the triple pack on PS2. I bought the HD collection. I bought the Legacy collection. I bought the Vita one. Like, the only one that I haven't bought is the current, like, collection that's on PS4 and Xbox One. But I've bought this game so many times, and I've played it so many damn times, 20 to 30 times. Now, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I finished it last, but I don't even know if I want to go back and play the original until this one comes out, just because I want to experience this. I want to be starved for Snake Eater, and I want to turn this on and play it for, you know, the 5 or 6 hours. It'd probably take a little more, probably closer to 8 to 10 hours for the first time. I don't know. I might be stopping and looking around and just taking in the environments. It might take me 15 to 20 hours. You never know. But I want to play this and just love every minute of it, because if it's as good as it looks already, I can't imagine what they have in store. If they're showing off everything, it looks so faithful that I wonder if they have a trick up their sleeve where when it releases, you're going to have some stuff that's, like, not in the original that fans are just going to find and eat up like I would. Now, it is Konami, so there is a potential that there could be something coming that's unfortunate, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're playing this very safe, and not saying safe in a bad way, but I think they handed this off and say, hey, we want this to be as faithful as possible. Just give us a graphical upgrade, give us a control upgrade, animations and all that jazz, and just make the same game, but 100 times better technically. And I feel like that's what we're going to get. And if that's what we're going to get, that's already a 10 out of 10. That's already one of the best things ever. And if they add even more, which I would like them to, or they have new additional modes and stuff to remix the game after you're done for these longtime veterans like me, that would be a 20 out of 10, 30 out of 10. Like, I can't contain how excited I am for this damn game. And out of all of the Xbox conference, the two that stuck out to me was this one and Doom. And between that, if both of these come out next year, 2025 is already going to be a phenomenal year for gaming just on those two alone. I don't know anything else that's coming out. I read the list of stuff. I watched The Perfect Dark and all that. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just want my Metal Gear Solid and I want my Doom, but I mostly want my Metal Gear Solid. So that's about all I have to say for this. I can't even. If you liked the video, please leave a like and leave a comment. Tell me, do you have any hopes for this game that you're not seeing in the trailer? Is there something that disappoints you? Because I can't really find anything to be disappointed about. But tell me what you expect out of the remake. And then if you dislike the video, go ahead and dislike the video. But leave me a comment saying why you dislike the video. Do you dislike the way I use my camera? Do you dislike my speaking? What do you dislike in the video? That way I can improve it and make better videos for everybody. And then subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next video.